Well, good afternoon. Hope you're having a great week. It is Monday, December 6th. It is 4:50 p.m. And you probably already know what this video is going to be about because I'm going to put it in the title. I failed my DOT inspection, my DOT medical, not DOT inspection. Let's put it that way. There's a lot of stuff that we have to do to be able to drive these trucks. So my DOT medical, I failed it. Now, when I say I failed it, that doesn't mean I got disqualified. There's several levels of failure that can happen. If you fail something on the DOT medical, FMCSA gives the examiners like freedom to do whatever they want. Whatever the examiner feels is appropriate is what they can do. They can, you can fail something on the DOT medical, and you can still get a 2-year medical certificate. It's completely up to the examiner. They can disqualify you over anything. It's completely up to the examiner. Now, FMCSA has stated that you have the right to get a second opinion. So you have to pay them their money, give them their $100, which is what I just paid for a medical exam. But if you disagree with their examination and the outcome of the examination, then you can go right across the street to another medical examiner and have them do a medical exam on you. Now, you have to be, you can't try to hide information. So if you do go across the street and have somebody else perform a medical exam on them, you are supposed to inform them that you just had a medical exam and they failed you for this reason and they disqualified you. You're supposed to be very upfront with them. Now, you used to be able to shop around with, and it couldn't be tracked. But I don't know when they started doing it. It's been going on for a few years now. I don't know if it's back from 2015, 2016, 2018. I don't know when they started it, but they started it not too far in the distant past. There's now something similar to the clearinghouse for drugs, where they track all your drug tests. Now they have a form of tracking your medical exams. So everyone that performs a DOT medical exam has to be certified. Used to, any doctor or nurse's assistant or janitor at a hospital could do a DOT medical exam. That's not the case anymore. Now they have to be on the registry. They have to be certified by DOT, and they have to be on the national registry to do it. And part of that national registry process is they have to adhere to a set of rules. One of those rules is that they have to submit the outcome of your medical exam to the registry within 24 hours of the exam. That's kind of a rule of thumb. With the whole Wuhan virus and all that stuff, there's been a lot of exceptions to that rule because it's been taking longer to process stuff. But that, in general, that's what's supposed to happen. So now, if you go shopping around from medical examiner to medical examiner, FMCSA can see that. And if you are failing a bunch of medical exams and then you found one person that passed you, FMCSA is going to review that and see what's going on. But if you get an examiner like I had and you disagree with their decision, you're free to go shop around and go to another one, get a second opinion. They don't refer to it as shopping around. They refer to it as getting a second opinion. So I didn't completely fail, get disqualified. What I failed on was the urinalysis for the protein. So whenever part of the medical exam is they have you pee in a cup because doctors just fucking love piss. They love groping your nuts and, stuff like that. So I peed in a cup and they put in some little test strips, and it came back and said my protein level was pretty high. So from what they explained to me, 0 to 15 milligrams on the test strip of protein in my urine is normal. Anything above 15 is abnormal. Mine tested at 30, which is pretty damn high. I don't really know how crazy it is to be up at 30, But whenever they told me that, I started looking on my phone to see what in the hell, what does it mean whenever you have protein in your urine? Well, according to the Google webs, the interwebs, the internet, the Google net, whatever you want to call it, um, according to the mass of information we have available to us, it can be an indicator of kidney issues, kidney damage, kidney failure. Or it can just be you're dehydrated, or it could just be that you just did a lot of exercise recently. So, as soon as I read that, I was like, I'm dehydrated. I wasn't expecting to do a urinalysis. I completely forgot there was a urinalysis on the DOT exam. All I remember about the DOT exam is them fondling my nuts and taking my blood pressure. That's about it. So as soon as I read that, I was like, well, no wonder I failed it. I'm dehydrated as hell. And as far as like working out, doing exercise, okay, so I was really stupid on this medical exam. Thinking back on it, it was really dumb for me to do the medical exam when I did. Because what I did yesterday, Sunday, I woke up Sunday at 4 a.m. and I woke up and I said, you know what? I'm going to get some shit done today. And in order to get me pumped up, get me amped up to get stuff done today, I'm going to caffeinate. So I went and made a pot of coffee. I am not a coffee drinker, but I made a pot of coffee. And the way I drink my coffee, because I think coffee tastes like ass, I love sugar. I hate coffee, but I love sugar. So I put sugar in my cup with a little bit of coffee and some creamer, some milk. And then it tastes pretty damn good because I like sugar. Well, all I drank all day Sunday was coffee with a lot of sugar and some milk in it. I didn't drink anything else all day Sunday. I didn't eat anything on Sunday. And because I drank so much caffeine and took in so much sugar, I was so incredibly wired that, like, Sunday night, I didn't sleep Sunday night. I laid in bed for about an hour or two and just sat there, like, thinking. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be able to go to sleep. So I just went ahead and got back up, took a shower, and started doing stuff. And I was so, like, I've been awake for like 24, 25, 26 hours by the time around 8 a.m. rolled around, whenever I started driving over to the place to do the DOT medical. Because I was so freaking wired on caffeine and sugar, I wasn't thinking too clearly. And it did not cross my mind until I got there and they started checking my blood pressure and my pulse rate that this was a bad idea. Whenever they were checking my blood pressure and my pulse rate, when the pulse started beeping right before they took it off my finger. It started beeping, and they were like, "Are you anxious right now?" And I was like, "Not too bad." Normally, my resting heart rate is about 50 beats per minute. It was at 104 when I got there. Sitting calmly in the chair, my heart was just like pounding twice as fast as normal. But that wasn't like anything to fail me on. And but that just, it was really stupid for me to go in there to do the DOT medical under that, circumstance. Like, it was really dumb, because these tests that they run on you whenever you go to the doctor and they perform all these tests, really what you're supposed to do before you do testing at a doctor is you're supposed to fast. You're supposed to do a water fast for like 24 hours beforehand, so everything stabilizes. Because when you eat throughout the day and you do stuff throughout the day, your levels of glucose and all your readings are going all over the place. If they test you for diabetes right after you go on, a sugar and carbohydrate binge, it might show up that you may possibly have diabetes. So, as soon as I read that, I told the doctor, I was like, no wonder I came up so high. I am incredibly dehydrated, and I didn't go into great detail about what I did as far as exercise goes. But I was like, but I spent all day yesterday doing housework, and it was a lot more strenuous activity than I normally do. So I got a lot of exercise right before this, and I'm very dehydrated because all I drank yesterday was a pot of coffee, and I did a lot of sweating. And I don't think, like, I didn't elaborate in detail like I just did with you. So he just brushed it off, and he was like, yeah, you sleeping last night would have negated any exercise you did yesterday. And I didn't want to, like, tell him that I haven't slept in like 30 hours. But anyway, there wasn't a big deal at first. He was like, don't worry about it. It's not going to affect your medical exam in any way. And I was like, all right, cool. And then later on in the exam, he asked me who my primary care physician is. And I'm like, well, I don't really have one. I don't go to the doctor. I said, I haven't had, any reason to go to a doctor in 20 something years. I said, the only time I ever go to the doctor is to get like a DoT medical, or, optometrist. And after I told him that, his attitude completely changed, and he became like an asshole. And then he changed like his ruling on the medical certificate. And he said that he was going to give me a 6-month certificate, and I had to get a primary care physician. He started like telling me what I was going to do, and he doesn't have the authority to dictate these types of terms. I don't know why he got so pissed off when I told him that I don't go to the doctor. But when I told him I didn't have a primary care physician and I don't go to the doctor, I don't like doctors, he got really offended by that. And he got like, he became a real asshole. It's hard for me to convey like how pissed off he was. He was trying to contain himself, but like he got red in the face, and like he was just getting really short with me, and just he was being a real dick. And he started telling me that he was giving me a 6-month, and he said, and you're gonna need to get a primary care physician and get this diagnosed before you come back in. Now, he can't dictate those types of terms. He can disqualify me. He can give me a 6-month. He can give me a 3-month. He can give me a 47-day. There's like, they can give you whatever they want. FMCSA lets these medical examiners like do whatever the hell they want. But one thing he can't do is tell me that I have to get a primary care physician and I have to go and, start going and doing checkups every 3 days and all this stupid shit. And he starts telling me that it's going to take me since I don't have a primary care physician right now, it's going to take me 3 months to get an appointment with one. And then it's going to take 3 months to get all the testing done. Well, that sounds really expensive. I'm glad that you guys are making a lot of money off stupid shit. So I was like, I didn't want to argue with him about that, but so I was like, you know what? Like I said a minute ago, I really think that this is a false positive. Is there any way that like we can redo this tomorrow? Can I, go rehydrate today, get some sleep tonight, come back in tomorrow, and then we can do the urinalysis tomorrow when I'm hydrated? And he said, you can come back and do a urinalysis tomorrow if you want to, but it's not going to have anything to do with this exam, and I'm not going to change my decision on this exam based on a urinalysis tomorrow. Okay, then. You're pretty set in your ways. Well, what's fucked up about that is that I can go to another medical examiner tomorrow, and they can write me a 2-year. if they want to. And if I pass the urinalysis, there's no reason for them to not give me a 2-year. So it's just a second here. I've got to do something. I got stuff cooking. All right, sorry about that. I'm doing meal prep to get the truck ready to go Friday night. So, like, I can go over to any other medical examiner tomorrow, but you know, he started acting like an asshole. So, what am I going to do? Well, there is the possibility that I have kidney issues. I need to address that. So what I've done is I've ordered test strips, the same kind of test strips that they use there at the medical examiner, and I'm going to start testing my urine to see if this was just a bad test result because of my stupid, decision to go in there after being awake for like 30 hours doing a bunch of housework and going in dehydrated, or do I really have some kidney issues I need to get addressed? So I'm going to monitor that for the next few days. Like, I still haven't slept. I did drink some water when I got home. I still haven't eaten. I haven't eaten anything in like 2 days. But I'll probably eat some of this stuff that I'm doing meal prep. Like, I'm so caffeinated. I drank so much caffeine and took in so much sugar yesterday. I'm still wired right now. I went in at 8 o'clock this morning and did all that. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon right now. I still feel like fidgety. From all the caffeine and sugar from yesterday. So I'm going to monitor that, make sure that I don't have, a kidney issue. And then, we'll just ride out the 6 months, and in 5 months or so, I'll do another medical exam. I'm never going back to this place again, though. They don't do DoT exams very often. And, man, it's just a real crapshoot with mechanics getting DoT inspections on your trucks, and also getting DoT medical exams. Man, it is just an absolute shit show on what type of person you're going to get. Some of these places are going to, like, demand that you get sleep apnea. There's a lot of these DoT medical examiners that think it's required that everyone get a sleep apnea test. Like, it's just stupid. And there are people on the DoT exams for the DoT inspections on your truck and stuff like that will, it's just all the requirements that we have to adhere to. It really sucks. The medical people and the mechanics take advantage of us on this shit, and it's just there's just no uniformity. There's no consistency with any of it. So once you find someone that does a decent job at it, you tend to stick with them. So I've got a decent place to do DoT exams for my or DoT certifications or inspections for my truck. Now I need to find a place to do DoT medical exams. Now I've been to this particular place before. They did my last DoT medical, but it was a different person there. It wasn't this doctor, and she was, a lot more cool. This guy just seemed like he hated the whole fucking world and he was pissed off to be there. So I don't know. And he told me that he doesn't do these exams very often, and he had to sit and read through all the rules, and there aren't really rules on the examiners. There's guidelines, and it's all, interpretation. And he was being like ultra strict on his interpretation of the rules. So it's one of those things with new people. You get somebody that's brand new doing a job, and they go like really strict and rigid by the rules typically, until they realize that that's just not reasonable, and then they start to relax a little bit and take a step back. That's the way he was acting. But it was, I don't know, it really sucks. It pissed me off, but there's nothing I can really do about it. I sent the paperwork. So I scanned in the medical exam form, the long form, with my scanner here at the house into a PDF file, and then I emailed it to the Oklahoma Department of Public Safety, and I also emailed it to Landstar's compliance department, and I've already gotten replies back from both of them saying that they've updated my file with the medical exam form that's good through June. But so that's what's going on with me right now. I'm doing meal prep and stuff, and I emailed the broker earlier today to get some clarification on appointment times, and she told me that I can't show up any earlier than 30 minutes to pick the load up. It's a 3 a.m. appointment Saturday morning, so I can't be there any earlier than 2:30 a.m. And they told me that I can deliver the load as early as I want. As soon as I can get there, I can deliver the load. But they said they can't guarantee me an empty until the appointment time, which is not until Monday night at 11 p.m. Is it Monday night or Tuesday night? It's the 13th. Yeah, that's Monday night at 11 p.m. And I'm going to get there way before then. I'm going to get there. I don't know when I'm going to get there. Depends on how hard I drive. But I'm probably going to try to get there in the middle of the night. So if I'm going to be arriving there Sunday, at 8 a.m. or something like that, then I'll probably just take an extra long break and make it to where I arrive there Sunday night, real late at night. And I'll drop that load off. And then I'll probably go over to the Petro in Ontario and just hang out there until I get a load. If I find a load before then who knows what I'll do. But as of right now, that's what's going on. And I think I'm going to go ahead and end this video pretty early. I normally do really long videos, but I'm cooking and I'm really still like wired up on caffeine and sugar. And it's kind of, and I haven't slept. Like I still haven't gone to sleep. I've been up since 4 a.m. Sunday. So I've been up for, 4 a.m. to 4 a.m. be 24 hours plus 12, 36, 37 hours right now that I've been up for. I'm still like, I'm not shaky anymore. Like I can hold my hand still. That's pretty damn still. So I'm not shaky anymore from the caffeine and sugar from yesterday. But I still am not tired. I still feel wired. I'm still not hungry. I'm still not thirsty. I've been forcing myself to drink water because of how dehydrated I am. But I'm not thirsty. I've just been forcing myself. I've drank like 3 or 4 glasses of water since I've gotten home today. But I haven't eaten anything yet. So I'm cooking some chicken, some barbecue chicken for my meal prep right now. And I'll probably eat a couple of those and drink some more water and then try to relax and go to bed. But anyway, that's about it for this video. I do have some really cool shit that I've been at the house, and when I'm at home, I'm constantly thinking about stuff that I want to have out on the truck or things that I want or need. And okay, a couple of things that I bought. Now, this was on the plan. This was on the agenda. Sorry, I just disconnected that. So I bought a new GPS phone. The phone I was using for GPS was my old OnePlus One. It was the phone that I had before my Pixel 3. This is my main phone. It's a Pixel 3. And this is a Samsung something. I don't know what it is. An A10 or something like that. Well, my OnePlus One that I'm using for GPS in the truck right now, it got really hot and the battery bulged on it and popped the screen off. And I've continued using it that way, but it doesn't work very well anymore. And even before that happened, it was having issues with the GPS. Like it would say lost GPS signal. and I would have to restart the phone for it to get the GPS signal back. And it would do that a lot, like 5 or 10 times a day. It was really frustrating. So I bought a replacement GPS phone. This phone cost me $50. And the reason it was so cheap is because it's a track phone. It is a carrier locked phone to track phone. Supposedly, I can only do service with track phone on this phone. But I'm not going to activate service with anybody. All I needed was Wi-Fi. And I have that on this phone. So I'm just going to use Wi-Fi to get on the internet and use Google Maps to do GPS on here. So I got a new GPS phone. And I ordered a thermal camera for my normal phone, my main phone. So this phone, I ordered a thermal camera that just plugs into the USB-C port down here at the bottom. And it's just a thermal camera. It sees thermal radiation. So I've wanted a thermal camera, but all the ones that I've seen up to this point have been pretty damn expensive. And even this one was still pretty damn expensive. But because it's using your phone's resources and it's just a camera, it's a lot cheaper than most thermal cameras. Because most thermal cameras are a whole device that has a screen on it and everything. And those things cost generally $1,500, $2,000, $2,500. Sky's the limit on the cost of those things. Well, this one was $400. Well, $360 plus tax, around $400 total. I'm really looking forward to getting it. It's going to arrive tomorrow. Supposedly, it should arrive tomorrow. And I plan on making some videos with it, but I'm not sure if it records audio. So I'll just have to play with it and see what I can do. I'm not going to edit videos, so if I do upload videos with it, it may be no audio or something like that. But yeah, I can't remember everything that I've ordered. I'm still trying to get everything that I ordered, ready to go in the truck. I'm still packing things up, doing laundry. I ordered a whole bunch of extra clothes because one of the reasons that I came back home when I did was because I started running out of socks. So I ordered a bunch of extra socks to take with me this time, so I'm not going to have any issues. I'm not going to be able to use that excuse to come home next time. But anyway, let me end this video there before it gets too long. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. And hopefully I don't have any kidney issues. Hopefully it was just a bad test. So anyway, thank you much. Bye.